I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Hey, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Yeah. What it is? What's up? Them guys broke up. Oh yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl BondyBlue. I'm back for another live recap. Okay. And I decided to do 2 in 1 because I don't have time today to leave and come back. Girl, that cannot be in the schedule for this day. And because I came to y'all yesterday, y'all, let me know what the audio and all of that is giving, because y'all know there's always gonna be some problems and some issues and all of this kind of foolishness. Okay. Just all kinds of shenanigans. And I don't have time for that. Okay. So hopefully this video, I didn't reset stuff. I didn't unplugged and then waited for 10 seconds and came back and plugged it back in. Child, I have done my work as much as I can in this situation. I've done my best. Now, I can't wait to get into the shows with you guys. I hope y'all having a good Monday. It's been a lot going on, girl. Over the weekend, I had to gather. And get people together. And I noticed that those of you who think that y'all are like winning by simply being, antagonistic, or, feigning ignorance, or saying dumb shit, or just continuing to be a little bit more of a dick rider than I would like, I'm blocking you expeditiously and without word. Without pause. Just as I did there. Okay? Because like I'm not, like some days I'm gonna want to curse you out, and some days I'm gonna want to absolutely just remove your existence from my page. And I can do that thanks to the YouTube guides. Okay? Shout out to the YouTube guides. Y'all are getting out of hand. Y'all are getting out of hand. Okay? I know. I see Portia. I follow her on Instagram. I know. I can see what everybody can see, but I also can see what everybody can see. And I'm just not going to do this with y'all all season. I saw some people in the comments telling me that they couldn't afford to pay for my subscription service. Well, dear, I'd like to tell you that every members only live can be purchased by itself. Okay? For little or nothing. $7 to $10, depending on where you are buying it from. Okay, that's just what it is on Patreon, girl. That's what if you follow me on Patreon, you can get it whether you're a member or not, but you gotta pay for it. Okay, that's if I decide to move this Real Housewives foolishness behind my paywall. Okay, because it's just like, oh my god, why y'all acting like this? What is going on? Like, is everybody okay? And then y'all acting like I'm not okay. I saw somebody comment and say that that I hate Portia. I was like, I never said that. I first of all, hate is a very strong word. I hate certain aspects of people. I hate certain traits. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate people. That's weird. Okay, that's very, very weird that you would even think that. I don't like how some of you weird motherfuckers act. That's what I hate. How some of you weird ass motherfuckers act behind people. That's what I don't like. And I'm about to start calling y'all, you know, like Portia Trumpers or something like that. Cause y'all act like the Trumpers. Y'all act like y'all are in a cult or something. Like, it is very, very weird the way y'all are responding about Portia. Like, it's episode 2. It's episode 2. And the last time we saw Portia, she was running away from having to deal with any negative opinions, any negative thoughts and feelings on what she did concerning Simon. So it's just very weird to see how a lot of people are reacting as if we have not all been here and seen the same shit. Well, that is neither here nor there. I am entitled to my anger when I have it. I love when y'all act like there's something uh there's something extra about it, and all of this shit, mind you, coming to a person's platform to comment. However, whatever, bitch, once again, I'll say I got paid that day. Okay? And then that's what I'm here for at the end of the day. Now let's get into Married to Medicine, because Married to Medicine was very, very interesting. And Heavenly was down there to, her page talking badly about all of her friends. And I don't begrudge her this. But that's just, exceptionally why I took issue with the whole, I know we're not supposed to be down on the other ladies. And you know what? I do support them and I do want their support. And I just don't want y'all remember what happened? We talked about it yesterday. Okay. All right. No, they do. They do. And then they act like we take this shit too seriously. No, motherfucker, it's you. It's you. And we do this all the time. And we just having we just having a moment. We just having a like, wait a minute, bitch. That's what we doing. I feel like as content creators, it's like an overall vibe. Like, wait a minute, motherfucker. Like, who you talking to? Like, what is happening? Like, whoa, you liked me yesterday. Okay, like y'all doing a lot. And it's very cultish. It's very cultish. And I'm gonna come up with a name for Portia and her cult members, because y'all, I could feel it. I could just feel it. Feel it. I could feel y'all being an issue all season. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. I don't really appreciate the way y'all act like Married to Medicine was not holding it the fuck down, while Real Housewives was either over there boring us, didn't know what the fuck they had going on, and didn't know if they was gonna come back. I really don't like that. Like Real House, y'all acting real. Y'all hoes out here acting real funny. Because when Real Housewives of Atlanta could not get their cast together, when it was 2 years and 2 summers and 2 winters that had went by and snowed in New Orleans, since girl, we ain't seeing you in a month of Sundays. We don't know what you was gonna give. Oh, Paga, Petty Chevy, bow. That was you, boo, on the screen. Okay, Paga. That's gonna be y'all, Paga. I feel it. That's gonna be it. Y'all some funny acting motherfuckers. Cause it's funny to me. I see a lot of the comments and the way y'all talking about Married to Medicine as if y'all wasn't glued into Married to Medicine for these past 2 seasons. These past 2 seasons where Real Housewives of Atlanta was nowhere to be found. We didn't know what the was going on with them. All we knew is Candy wasn't fitting to be there. 2 years go by. We don't know what's going on. What Candy say? They took too long to bring me the contract. I got shit to do. I got a gig. Shout out to Candy, okay? Out there taking over down to the Broadway. Portia's Pets, Paga. Ah, it's about to be. Oh my God. All right, let's get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. So first impressions, it was good. It was good. I'm gonna tell you why it was good. It was good because we got to see the other girls' lives. Hold up. It was good because we got to see the other girls' lives, right? We got to see Angela and her husband and her kids. We got to see more of her personality and the type of woman she is. She has her own financial consultant firm, and she also does real estate. She bought a whole bunch of houses and she's renovating them. So she's currently stressed out in her house about that. And also her and Charles Oakley. So they're both strong personalities. Charles Oakley seems like one of those really good foundational black men, girl. You know what I'm saying? They had a good job, Savannah girl, good benefits. They take care of themselves. They cook. They clean, child. They do what's good for the household. It's a good man, Savannah girl. Yes. But he would talk to you crazy. He would talk to you crazy, bitch. Like you really gonna have to work on yourself. Cause the nigga would talk to you crazy. And don't talk about it if you like him a little bit of brown liquor. Mr. Charles Oakley very much reminds me of my pa. Okay. So I was just like, okay, I can see how when I said that I could tell she be tiring, he be tiring her ass out. That's what I meant, because she says they went to therapy and the therapist had to make her realize that, even though she was trying to change him, she has her issues too. And I'm like, I don't know what person feels like they don't have their own issues to work on in a dynamic of any relationship. Like, I don't know what type of delusional person you have to be for that. But I also feel like that's some bullshit. Like, almost like, girl, you can't do nothing about this man being an asshole. So if you're gonna stay with him, you might as well just work on yourself and not even worry about him. That's, girl, throw your hands up. The therapist said, girl, there's nothing anybody can do. Okay. You either gonna stay with him or you gonna let him go. And when women weigh their options when it comes to that, they look at all of those things I just named off with those types of men. They do all of those good things. The one thing they do though, it will pick at you. It will pick at you. And if you're not a strong personality type of woman, it will fuck with your self-esteem to be with a man like Charles Oakley, because they will say little slick mean shit to you that will, again, 1,000 cuts. But very, very interesting storyline nonetheless. Now that I've said that, like you said, one of the ladies in the comments, I was reading them. Okay, the lady in the comments right now said some shit about how oh, we could talk about pinch noses and all of that, and it's all fair game, it's all childish. Yes, but some of it is more true. I didn't see Toya's yellow tooth. I did not see Toya's yellow tooth. I'm not saying it wasn't there. I'm just saying it wasn't as noticeable to me as the mole between Letitia's eyes or the pinched nose on Angela Oakley and on Brittany Edie. That's why we could not tell the difference in their faces exactly. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. In the very first scene of this episode, and we're gonna discuss it, don't get me wrong. But I want to go through like the main things and then we can go back to that. Girl, when I tell you the reason why we could not make their faces apart is because they both got a nose job and everybody is getting filler to give themselves more of an almond shape of eye. And then you add the makeup on top of that, where everybody is contouring in the exact same ways. Everybody's contouring their face in the exact same way. And so that's the reason why those two women who we're not familiar with, when we were seeing them, I could not tell the difference of which one was which when they was on the sofa. He was like, Angela. I was like, was that Angela? I thought that was Brittany who was talking. Like, bitch, what I tell you, you cannot figure it out. And also, California Cutie, you saying you don't like Angela's voice, it's nasally. I was like, was that Angela or was that Brittany? Because I thought that was Brittany whose voice sounded like this the entire time she was talking. Girl, it annoyed me. It was very noticeable. So again, I respect what you said. Some of the things, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all superficial, it's all childish shit. Okay, we all do it though. It's fine. But damn, man. Like, what's going on here? What's going on? I can't. I can't. Y'all, I wish that we couldn't hear it and see it. You taking over too many of my senses with this shit in order for me to be able to ignore it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to, the stuff that you notice about people, you just ignore it. You don't say it all the time, but God, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so hard because they sound like this. They sound like this. So when Toya called people Lil Kim, this is what she meant. This is what she meant. This is what she meant, y'all. Okay. But I liked Angela's storyline. Then Brittany's. We got to see more of Brittany's life. I'ma just tell y'all right now. When we was on OLFP, I was drinking my wine, and when I get inklings, my opinions be strong, right? Like, that's my personality, bitch. But I can always walk it back and say I was wrong if I was wrong. I ain't ready to say that yet. I ain't ready to say that yet. I was watching Brittany Edie and her man, and when that lady said, "I love you," and that nigga said, "That's important," I was dying. I don't know, like, maybe by the time you get to taping a reality show, these men be so aggravated with these fucking women. Like I was I was like, why this man acting like he don't even like this lady? He just like, yeah, I gotta not be on my phone while we watching a movie. Yeah, bitch. Oh, your mama coming over here. Oh, you gonna have a baby? Yeah, right, bitch. Whenever, yeah, okay, yeah, you gonna have a baby. Yeah, all right, whatever then, bitch. Okay. We just throw the baby upside the wall and see if it stick. Like, what the fuck was going on? I'm sorry, y'all. That man was acting like he don't like that lady. I don't know. It's only episode 2, bitch. I'm trying not to jump off the curb. But it was absolutely given either she worked on my nerves real bad before this scene or I just don't like her in general. And I just want to remind you that sometimes, and what we talk about, over on the TikTok and everything, sometimes is that sometimes men really just don't like the women they with. They just don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like it is very, very, it's very real that people be married to each other and don't like each other. So I don't know yet, girl. It's feeling like maybe I don't know, but in the scene, he ain't like you. But she's saying she wanna have a baby and shit. And I'm like, "Oh, all right, well, I guess we'll see that, along the way." What else? What else? Drew wait, no, Shamia. The scene, this is what we're gonna like about Shamia, right? Because we have been begging for y'all to give us a real friend group. We have been begging for y'all to give us somebody with a real story that's going on with a real life, not somebody that's pretending and renting for a reality show. Okay. So Shamia is, I feel like, the real deal. However, Shamia is a people pleaser and Shamia is in a toxic long term friendship with Portia. I don't know what happened in Shamia's childhood in order for her to be the personality that will smile and laugh and goof through everything in order to prove to somebody that everything's okay, but she does that at such a heightened level. I'm starting to feel like it's to cover something up. Also, the defensiveness behind Portia is another thing that kind of feels like we're gonna have to deal with this all season. At some point, you're gonna have to let her deal with this on her own because this is her mess. This is her mess to clean up, Shamia. It's not yours. Um, and you're going to drag yourself down fighting so desperately to defend somebody that they got it. They manipulative enough. They got it. They really don't need all of this help. I almost feel like Shamia is trained well because Portia has probably come to her so many times complaining about slights that were never there, just so that she can be a victim and Shamia can be sorry and do whatever it is that manipulative ass Portia wants her to do. Something makes me feel like that's been their dynamic because Shamia is always defending her in ways that seem completely unnecessary and almost as if you're going out of your way to do it. And it's as if you have been in some type of abusive cycle with her to the point that you done got your ass beat proverbially about not defending her, not being on her side even at times when you probably were, or you just called her out on something or said that you didn't like that she did something, it would then be flipped as if you're not supportive. So now you have to be extra supportive every time we see you, and it has something to do with Portia. And she did that on Watch What Happens Live. And she also did a lot of you know what I'm saying? She did a lot of you know what I'm saying? She did a lot of that. And it's cool because she is a bubbly personality, but it doesn't feel genuine all the time. Sometimes it feels like it's extra because it's hiding something. And I'm just gonna be paying attention. That's all. That's all. Um, but Shamia going to talk to Shadina, her surrogate. I had no idea. Well, I think I did know, but you know how I know so much stuff, so much information gets filtered in. You gotta forget some shit. And I had forgotten about Shamia's surrogate being diagnosed with breast cancer. Y'all, I didn't know that it happened during the pregnancy. So apparently, Shadina, who was Candy's surrogate, and she was Shamia's surrogate, was pregnant with Shiloh and found out she had breast cancer and had to, have the baby, by C-section, and then had to do a mastectomy and double mastectomy. And, she got her new breast and everything. But that's wild. And there was a feeling of maybe getting the cancer gestationally from being pregnant. And then that would add a lot of, shame and guilt onto Shamia, or even feeling like the baby's sicknesses and issues was Shadina's fault when it really wasn't. The cancer probably caused issues in utero with the baby's growth, which is why, also the baby was premature. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very difficult situation. But to see, excuse me, y'all, to see Shamia show up with the flowers and just show love to her, it was very nice to see. And then Shamia shared, and this is another thing, that really endeared me, and I'm sure everybody else watching this, Shamia talking about having an ectopic pregnancy and going through 7 rounds of IVF. Because people will feel like, oh, Shiloh being sick, that's your fault. You should have had your baby regularly. You were being selfish. People believe every time somebody gets a surrogate, it's because they worrying about their body, which is the dumbest shit in the world, when really you worrying about dying. Yeah, I'm worrying about my body because I want to be alive to raise the baby. Okay. If my body is telling me that it can't withstand a pregnancy, I'm not going to try to kill myself to make that happen when I can pay a woman whose body is healthy, who does not mind being a conduit for my baby. Like, what is the problem? But people really like to have negative feelings tied to anything that's outside of the tax bracket, I think. So there's just that. But I feel like it was just an amazing scene to see that. It was very, real. And I appreciated that. And this is what we wanted when we wanted them to add somebody like Shamia. You know what I'm saying? So this is where I feel like you see that Portia and Shamia are not the same in a certain respect. This is when you see that Shamia might actually be a very empathetic person, and then it would make you look at Portia like, so you must be the narcissistic personality that likes to attach itself to an empathetic personality, because you hear that a lot. And I low key feel like that's what we're seeing in this friendship. Okay. But let me press, because then I got to take it to the scene with Drew and Shamia and Angela. And we're gonna go back to that first scene when we get to Portia, but I wanna tackle Shamia first. Shamia, in the way she and Angela had that conversation. First of all, Angela absolutely was coming in heavy. Like, oh, so you're Portia's assistant, you're Portia's lapdog, you asking questions for Portia. Like, what is that about? And low key, I'm not bothered by it, because nobody needs to feel like they getting ganged up on by Portia and Shamia. So I like the fact that Angela was there to have Drew's back, so that Drew was not defending herself just in that moment by herself. But I also felt like you weren't being very supportive in the scene. I specifically remember you pointing out that when she said that uh, um that Dennis had been a savior and all of that bullshit that she said, putting 20 on 10 to piss Portia off. Oh, we gonna get to it. But when she said that shit, Angela was like, "That doesn't sound right, Drew. Like, come on, chill out, bitch. Like, you was doing a little bit too much with Shamia in the scene." And I like the way Shamia just like, girl, whatever, shut it down and just left after that and just let it be whatever it was. I'm not about to argue with you about this shit. But however, I don't like that y'all perceive Drew's quietness as Drew being scared of Portia. I maybe feel like because y'all could not hear her, that y'all were not catching it. But based on what I was seeing from Drew, y'all can't read body language. Drew is being very intentional and was not scared, was not shook, was not made nervous at all by anything that Portia or Shamia did. Every time they did, she was like, oh, is that right? She was being very, very facetious. She was being facetious most of the scene. And I low key am wondering, bitch, did Portia do something to you that we don't know about, Drew? Because you absolutely coming coming for her. You coming for her. Okay. I definitely feel like Drew is coming for Portia. I do. But I also feel like Portia, is coming off stupid. Like, you really getting this upset? You really getting this upset about Dennis? You still want the hot dog king, girl? After all of this? And then sitting up there talking about, I just don't want them to film together. It's messing up our girl. This is about your ego, nothing else. Dennis shooting a scene in a studio with Drew is not a big deal, girl. Drew, girl, you being mad about Drew in the photo shoot for Go Naked Hair? Y'all, she's an ambassador. Why would she not set up a photo shoot for the hair that she's helping you advertise? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, y'all. Like, why are you mad? You want to get, you're talking to, can I break the fourth wall? Because, you're a low down dirty dog. You're a low down slimy meth, Drew, trying to film with my baby daddy, trying to film a Go Naked Hair commercial on Real Housewives on my show. You want to do a commercial of my hair on my show? I'm sorry. Drew won. In this scene, Drew's. Wait a minute. What's the. I'm, wait. So what are you upset about? Drew won. Drew won this scene, y'all. Drew won this battle. I'm very, very sorry. If y'all thought something else happened in this scene, if y'all thought that Drew got checked and Drew was so quiet, I was like, I don't know why all of y'all completely missed Drew's energy towards Portia in the scene, which was, oh, I had a feeling you would be upset. I had a feeling you might be mad, but I really don't give a shit. And Dennis said that he asked for your permission. He may or may not have, but I really don't give a shit. That's what it's given. And it's given also, yeah, girl, you not even advertising Go Naked Hair as good as you could do. So since I'm an ambassador, I'm going to show you how to do it. That's absolutely what is given. It's very much given that. But I don't think that Drew wants Dennis, but I do think that Drew wants to piss Portia off. I do. And I also feel like Portia is projecting because this is how shame and guilt work with people that like to act like they have no shame or no guilt about shit. Right? And this is a part of my issue with Portia. Okay. The fact that when she did the shit with Dennis Daddy, she kind of rubbed it in everybody's face. Like, not kinda. She flaunted it in everybody's face, y'all. Everybody. That's what Dennis said. Dennis said, "Bitch, my feelings was hurt too." That's the reason why he went over there to do music with Drew in the first place. He knew he didn't have to fuck Drew to piss Portia off. They both know that they did not actually have to have a sexual relationship to piss Portia off. All they had to do was work together. First of all, Portia thought she could sing. She's always thought she can sing. She cannot. Drew can actually sing. Okay? And also, like, at the end of the day, you pissed on his leg when you had a baby with the hot dog king. You was mad he didn't marry you. That's why you wanted to nanny boo boo him and marry Simon's lying, scheming, scamming ass. But it was always about getting back at Dennis because Dennis didn't want to marry you. Dennis shouldn't marry you. He don't want to get married. Dennis wants to be the forever bachelor so he can deal with this woman, deal with that woman, and they never gonna be in court fighting him about his motherfucking business. I don't begrudge him. I think Dennis is being smart because why the fuck would a man that obviously likes to move around a lot, why would he get married? So he can pretend not to cheat on you for 2 years? Girl, go to hell. Like, no, I very much feel like Portia is pissed off because her ego is bruised. Her ego is bruised. And I think she feels no shame and guilt about what she did with the whole Fallon and Simon situation in front of us. But the way she is scared somebody is going to do it to her is what I'm seeing here with her and Drew. And Drew knows that. So Drew is kind of like, like that's what it's given to me. But to me, I feel like Portia is projecting because she's scared that somebody's gonna do the same type of grimy shit to her that she did to Fallon. Like it is what it is. And it's not even just Fallon, y'all. It, girl, when Portia said that she knew Simon was her person because he read her book and all of the things men had did to her. If you actually go and read that book like I did, I didn't even finish the book because I just could not sit through the rest of that bullshit. But I read half of that damn book. And when I tell y'all, Portia was full of shit and victimizing herself in every single instance. And y'all know how I go up for women. And y'all know how I feel like protect women and believe women. Not all the time, but more than likely. More than likely. You should probably believe her, baby. That's just how I go. All right. Everything is a case by case basis with me though at the end of the day, but I pay attention to percentages and how shit really be going overall in the world. And y'all try to act like certain things aren't a fact because they hurt your fucking feelings. That's what y'all be out here trying to do. Okay. And at large, men physically and mentally and emotionally get over and harm women more often than women doing it to men. It doesn't matter how much y'all try to balance it out. Okay. So that's the person that I am. Please understand when I read her fucking book, I'm reading it like this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy. Like it's just like, and I'm gonna repost the playlist for y'all because I read it on YouTube and posted it for y'all. So I'm a repost the playlist later on today for y'all. But I'm telling y'all, she was so full of shit in that book. Like Portia was okay with R. Kelly and them locking her in a room because she wanted so badly to be a singer. Do you know how delusional you have to be in order for you not to be a good singer at all? But you believe so heavily that somebody thought you was a good singer that it got you locked into a fucking dungeon? Like, think about that. Think about how her delusion always ends up getting her fucked up. Y'all don't see it? Y'all don't see it? Because to me, I feel like her, I don't give a fuck, man. You know, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care if it's a bad situation. I don't care. Like it keeps then hitting you in the ass and making you care. Because you didn't give a fuck about how Simon was for real until he was dragging your ass through court and social media. Like, you see how that worked out? You didn't care about the fact that you couldn't really sing. So you was dumb enough to believe that you was going to see R. Kelly because you could really sing. Girl, when Portia thought that the men liked her more than other women because of the way she did her baby hair, do y'all remember that? Portia said, the men always felt like I was exotic because of the way I did my baby hair. It was like when you go back and listen to The Coldest Winter Ever, and you remember when you was young, you was like, yeah, bitch. And now that you older, when you go back and read The Coldest Winter Ever, you be like, this little bitch is some disgusting. Like you be like, this little bitch is just goofy as fuck. Like, bitch, why is you? I went to the party and I was the only girl at the party that had nothing on and a freshly shaved coochie. So when they looked under my skirt, all they saw was purr. Like, do y'all remember that part? Do y'all remember that? Like, bitch, you real excited about having like, naked teenage coochie and all of that to get taken advantage of by some rap nigga. Like, look at you. Look at you all excited just so you could turn around and get assaulted. Like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? What is wrong? Stop being dumb. Stop being dumb, y'all. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all really like to act like these types of like mentalities that these people have on these shows is of no consequence. It's entertainment. It don't matter. But then I see that same shit in the comments under the Shade Room post. And then I hear it when y'all have conversations on these podcasts about what y'all life is like and how y'all feel about this, and that. So I'm trying to understand how it's all for entertainment where I see it being translated in real life online at work, in movies, in television. It's all over the place, but y'all gonna keep acting like it's only for entertainment. It's not really like that. Tell that to the Trump supporters. Okay? Trying to tell me that the whole internet wasn't full of, ignorant racist motherfuckers. And then here we are, not even a year in, exhausted. Just exhausted. Child, I saw the nigga standing up there saying something else goofy today. I was just like, this is our life, huh? Portia is absolutely went to Santiago, baby. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes, Katrina, it was the book. It was the show and it was the book. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's the shit that really blew me. Like, that's the shit that really convinced me that she wasn't right in the head, y'all. It was the book that she came out with, so it was her own words. And then it was the way she showed up on that reality show, y'all. Like, that's when I started realizing that, man, Portia is not okay. Portia is not okay. Like, oh my God. So Portia and Kenya scene was so dope, right? They both look good. Oh my God, they both look so beautiful. It was this very beautiful restaurant outdoor scene. Like, it was very much giving classy base. We got money and we don't have shit to do in the middle of the day. So let's go have a real nice lunch somewhere, bitch. I loved it. It was beautiful. Like, I loved their outfits. Like, it was just a really nice scene. I liked it. And I like them talking about everything because Kenya is able to listen to Portia, but then also kind of be like still slightly shady, but not enough for Portia to feel slighted just to get its, Kenya's personality. And if not, it's gonna be a boring ass scene. If for nothing, Portia understands how we have to have push and pull in these shows. Unless she don't feel like talking about something, and then she gonna shut the shit down. Because as y'all know, rules don't really work for Portia. Portia got rules for everybody else, but she don't have to have those same rules. That's how Portia thinks, okay? But the scene was really good. They talked about, you know, I cannot believe that Drew is trying to film with Dennis behind my back. And then the photo shoot, oh my God. Like, nobody really understands like what all of this is about. But they just go along with it, right? And then they get to Simon and we get new tea, right? We get the tea about her being the fifth wife because the fourth marriage was fake or some shit. Not the fourth, but one of the marriages was fake, but it was actually the fifth woman he had some type of marriage ceremony with. And then we found out that she still had cameras in the house and she went to Diane's house and got a notification and he was bringing women. Not one woman. She said women. I was like, what was they about to do? Was they about to tug and pull on him for a couple of hours? Shout out to Erica De Niro. Oh my God. Somebody get to see Alice. You should have been watching. The nigga might have had a heart attack. Okay, they robbed him and stole shit out the house. But that's how she knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I did not know about all of this. And then she told us they went to the airport one time and, all of these police came and it was so scary. I didn't know what was going on. And he told me that when he was younger, he was in a stolen car and you can't have nothing on your green card. And I just was like, oh my God, I didn't know about any of this scamming, skip, scam, scamming shit. And then I filed for divorce and then he was down to the house with women. Oh my God, I didn't know this was who he was. I'm just so taken aback. Yo, cut it the fuck out. Cut it out. Portia didn't care. All of the signs were there, girl. Portia didn't care. Um, oh, I forgot to talk about Kelly. Kelly was also in an abusive situation, y'all. We talked to her, and her life doesn't really make that much sense right now, right? She got one good restaurant. Her husband closed one of the other businesses, one of the other restaurants, the first one she had, and stole $500,000 from her. He also used to beat her ass. She was hiding in the closet and calling the police on him and shit. So yeah, that was her life, and now she's trying to rush a new restaurant in 1 month. It's giving weird, okay? And like, what's going on, girl? Like, take a deep breath. It's all right. Relax, relate, release. Okay. Use some of that money to get you some help, some nannies that can pick your kids up to and from school sometimes so you don't have to be so stressed out. Because you got money. We saw you buy 17, gifts for your daughter, a few, and most of what we saw was designer bags. I don't know what all of the gifts were, but that's absolutely giving. You got the ends to get you somebody that can help you pick the kids up from school and shit. Okay. But yeah, I definitely want to get more into her situation. But I saw a picture of her ex-husband on the internet, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up for y'all. Because when I tell y'all, I was just like, oh yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. But sometimes I feel like when men are with women they know are more attractive than them, they treat the women like shit. Like you just knew this man was going to at some point mistreat this woman and make her pay for choosing him. Like you just knew it. I was looking at this nigga and I was just like, "Oh yeah, girl, you was definitely gonna be mistreated by this man." Like he was either gonna love your dirty drawers or he was gonna treat you like shit. It was gonna be one or the other. It wasn't gonna. I'm just saying, it's a toss up. So this is him, y'all. This was their wedding. First of all, the pants. What's going on with the pants? I don't know why that's had the suit look just too big. If y'all got money like y'all got money, this nigga stole $500,000 from y'all and he couldn't get a tailored suit for y'all wedding that fit. And then this hairline, you know what I'm saying? This hairline is way back there. And listen, I understand it be happening sometimes, the men's hairlines recede and shit, but he has no other attractive qualities for real. He's not tall. He doesn't seem to be in any great shape. And the way his pants fit, just gives you're not stylish at all either. So what I'm looking, look at the haircut. Like the haircut is just not even good either. Like you just look like one of them, you're like a Republican. You look like a black man Republican. And I don't know if y'all have realized, recognized, whatever. Whenever people want to associate themselves with white people, and black Republicans do this a lot, it's almost as if they try to make their hair look like a white person's hair with just a little bit of black on it. I might get it lined up, but it's gonna look like Frank from Moesha. You know what I'm saying? Like like you just, you know what I'm saying? You just see it in these little different ways and shit. It's bad. You know what I mean? I don't know if he had money then. I don't know. I don't know if he ever had money, but I would have to wonder what other reason would she have to marry this man? He looked like a man with a good job. He looked like a man with a good job and a bad attitude. Okay. He looked like the fake nice guy. As soon as he become your husband, he's talking to you crazy and all. Soon as y'all get married, bitch, you in the closet hiding and shit. Look how he looking at her. Yes, like William on Girlfriends. Absolutely, Empress. You get it. You get the visual I'm laying down here. I'm not being confusing the motherfuckers today. Okay? Listen, he absolutely is giving. If I don't have money, I don't have you. That's that's what I was getting from that. Okay. So I definitely could see how she might have been getting abused in that relationship, child. Why is it that the women always end up in the closets? Right quick. I did see that they released some audio of Jonathan Majors admitting that he strangled Grace Jabari. I mean, like he did get convicted and charged. Like, I don't know. I don't know what anybody's been paying attention to, but y'all know how y'all like to get on the internet and rewrite history, talking about that lady, she lied on him. I see y'all say that a lot now. Act like the shit didn't happen the way it did and act like that guilty verdict didn't mean anything. Like, y'all like to rewrite history. And somebody was in the comments, why y'all still talking about this? And I was like, sometimes I feel like that too. I really do. But I feel like when y'all are always trying to perpetuate that this man is not the person that he, was being shown to be with this domestic violence situation, I feel like it is perfectly fine for people to remind you of how you're trying to forget the truth of the matter because a lot of, social media manipulation is taking place, right? I had just told y'all that I felt like they was trying to manipulate us to feel bad for him talking about what he went through as a child. And of course I'm going to empathize, but that does not mean as an adult you're still not accountable or still not a pattern of behavior for you as an adult to not be in control of your anger once you get to a certain level, right? So that's why I don't care that people are bringing this back up or that they re-releasing the audio or whatever the fuck happened. I don't care because y'all are always trying to rewrite history. And if you want to get on the internet and lie, then I think you need to be reminded of the truth from time to time. David Chambers, thank you for the super chat. Not Frank from Moesha. You gave me a flashback. Is it true? It is the truth. Okay. Child, listen. Okay. Back to Portia. So Portia meets with okay, first let's go back to the first part of the episode, right? I know I've been all over the place, y'all. Shamia is asking Drew about being booed up with Dennis and wearing matching outfits. Portia tries to act like Drew and Dennis didn't inform her. So here's the thing. Drew can be lying. Dennis maybe didn't ask. I don't know, because they really didn't get the information out of Dennis that clearly. They edited the scene in a way that kind of made it a little bit confusing for me. But I feel like Dennis absolutely had a conversation with Portia ahead of time. He and Drew both said he had a conversation with Ralph ahead of time and really viewed her as a sister based on the fact that they used to do double dates together before everybody was, breaking up. So I feel like she absolutely knew that they were working together and she didn't care that they were working together per se. But bringing it on the show and now basically Portia's life being Drew's storyline is giving single black female. Do y'all remember when I told y'all that Drew gives I am doing the best acting job of Portia's reality star persona? Remember I told y'all that? That's what it feels like she's doing. It absolutely feels like you're trying to take certain things from Portia, even with still having your own shit going on with Ralph, because that was all very good, girl. And back when these hoes wasn't giving nothing, you were absolutely giving Drew, with your situation with Ralph. So we know that that's real for you. But what I am recognizing now is you trying to basically single black female Portia's life a little bit. And because she already did it to somebody else, it doesn't matter. I think the fact that Drew is in movies and television for real, like in scripted content, I think she understands this is the role she has to play for this season. Because if anybody's paying attention, they will look at the season and they will be like, okay, what do people want to see? Portia's coming back. People want to see Portia be held accountable. Whether some of y'all are fanatics of hers or not, most people wanting to see Portia be held accountable for how she tried to skate on what happened, right? You could see Kelly knowing that and deciding I'm gonna come on and ask this question on the first day. She a newbie. She a newbie. She don't know how she's supposed to handle this in a way where she can get the longevity from it. Drew, I feel like, has orchestrated the storyline in her mind that I'm just gonna do to Portia what she did to Fallon in my own way so that I can give the audience the gratification of, why are you so upset? Why are you so upset? Are you asking for loyalty? Why would you be asking for loyalty? You don't know anything about loyalty. You can't get mad. Why are you so upset? What's to be upset about? Like, I'm clocking it, and Drew is very smart. Because I feel like Drew might get a lot of leg out of the way she is going to present herself this season. And I don't even think it's personal. It's not. I don't think it's personal at all. But I think she knew it would get a rise out of Portia. I think she knows that in order to push Portia a little bit more to the side, it would behoove her to create tension with Portia. Because y'all know on these shows, somebody is gonna have to pick a side. And yes, Drew is also, like a bozo. That's a good word for it. You can't always trust her. But if y'all pay attention, she's not dumb. She's not dumb at all. And it was hard for people that came on to Real Housewives of Atlanta to stick and to stay around. And even with Drew being a straight up liar, Drew is still a good actress and a good singer. She's still talented. So that means she understands something that people don't think she understands. And that's why I'm telling y'all the way she is playing this is a thought out storyline that will give her some longevity in the season. And I think it's smart. And I don't think it's personal, but it does give the audience we get to see Portia in this very hypocritical state, because y'all can't tell me that wasn't the most hypocritical shit you ever heard watching Portia with all her fucking baby hair swirled around her face talking about Drew is low down, dirty, and grimy and slimy and all of that shit. Girl, the hypocrisy of that was fucking astounding. Okay? And I did love when they jumped in the pool at Shamia's party and had the phone party. I love the fact that Shamia is a fun girl and you can have a good time with her. I love that about her as well. So fast forward to the end of the episode, and Portia and Dennis go have a play date with Pilar, and they're playing and having a good time. And when he gets there, of course, she wants to have this conversation that you my baby daddy, we family, you're not supposed to be filming with no other woman. Doesn't make any sense. You knew I was working with her. We have to promote the album. Her having her, shit on the show. Like for instance, if we were able to see a scene or she's in the studio singing the song and they play a clip from it, and then we see Dennis and they talk about whatever's going on with the two of them, it really does add more dimension to the story that Dennis is also dealing with what happened with Simon and Portia being flaunted in his face and how he really took that shit on the chin. I low key will always give Dennis kind of like his pat on the back because he's a player ass dude, bro. Like I really I can fuck with it sometimes. Like, ain't nobody's always cool, okay? But I can pay attention to the type of role that Dennis plays. I'm a play ass dude. I'm not about to be too pressed behind nothing. And at the most, I'm gonna keep it cut and dry with you. And then I'm gonna be behind my word and do what I said I was gonna do. But it is what it is when it comes to certain shit. I feel like Dennis absolutely talked to Portia because he don't want to have a hard time seeing Pilar. I think he loves his daughter. I think he loves the relationship that his family has with Pilar. So yeah, I don't feel like Dennis really want to have no beef with Portia. And I think he still loves her, but he know he can't give her what she needs because she needs way more than anybody can give her. But also, like, y'all got your family, but she on bullshit right now. And he knows she on bullshit. So at times you placate her because you know how bad it can go. When she threatens him and tells him that, okay, you want to do this, you want to film with her, then it's going to be a bad look when it comes to your daughter. That's telling me that for your ego, not for no real reason, there is nothing that is really going to harm your family about Dennis and Drew filming a scene together. Like nothing is really going to happen bad to your daughter or to your family from that happening. If anything, it will probably be better for everybody because it might help Dennis with his business more doing music. It might be good advertisement for him. So it really is good for him because if it puts more money in his pocket, it goes to y'all's daughter. But your ego is in the way right now. So you're trying to make it seem as if this is some bad thing that's going to cause some real harm. And that's the reason why, for one, when you could not muscle him, then you cried about it. And really, he's not filming with her, but you want him to act as if there's something wrong with doing it. And he's not about to act like there's something wrong with him doing it. He doesn't agree with you, but it doesn't mean he's not going to give you your way. But either way, she's still having this fucking temper tantrum. First, she crying. Okay, just imagine that he and I get into it. And he's able to then come to my platform and speak on what happened between us on my platform. And I'm just like, girl, get the fuck out of here. If y'all don't have an issue, why are you getting upset about the possibility of y'all having an issue and then him coming on the show to spray you when at the end of the day, all he got to do is spray you on the fucking blogs. All Dennis got to do is spray you on the internet. It will get to the blogs and then one of the girls will mention it on the show. Nobody has to actually film with him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, that no work really has to be put into that, Portia. If he really wanted to spray you on your platform, it could be done without him even having to be there if that was the case. So you're really just full of shit right now. And crying was bullshit. They get in a car and when they get in a car, she's like, see, if you're going to be filming with anybody, it's going to be a motherfucking problem. I'm just letting you know. Y'all see how that shit switched up so quick? 1 minute you crying because you can't get your way. Woe is me. I'm a victim. But that didn't work. And so now you mad and you threatening motherfuckers. And then on the back end say, I see, I can only count on myself. I can only count on myself. And that's how what? You supposed to pull sympathy from him? Because then he going to be like, no, P, you not just depending on yourself. And she's not. She's not just dependent on herself. She's never just been dependent on herself. That's some bullshit. So the way she was able to flip that shit, I'm telling y'all right now, she is a textbook narc. Okay? Textbook. It is not, girl. It's not gonna be good, girl. It's not gonna be good at all. Okay? And I feel like she threatening him, and she is grimy, so I don't put it past her, but I feel like it wouldn't be advantageous to her in order for her to try to keep Pilar away from him. Like, I don't think that would be a easy thing for her. So yeah, we'll just see how it all plays out. But I didn't like Shamia going at Drew on behalf of Portia in this way. I really didn't, because I know that's your homegirl and everything, but you like this close to being a fucking, you this close to being a part of the blame for that situation with Simon and Fallon. Low key, the way you and your husband all of a sudden became, buddies with them and was hanging with them and all of that, and the way you was love wins and recording them getting rings and all of that. Like, it very much seems like as a wife, you were helping a side chick replace somebody's wife. Like, and y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all again, because people really, have me misconstrued when it comes to this stealing dinner shit. As a rule, I do not believe that any person can be stolen. But when a woman makes a effort to have a relationship with a married man, and then once her and a married man decide they're going to be together, she flaunts it in front of everybody as if she was never cheating, and as if the other person was doing this, and that. So that means that I wasn't wrong at all. You were. And you were also ignoring how he was fucked up to that girl, as if he would not be that way towards you. And he turned around and really kind of did you worse, simply because Fallon was the type of person that would just throw her hands up and walk away. You, on the other hand, you and your teeth gonna fight to the death because you need this. There's a desperation in the way that Portia moves sometimes. And I know it comes off as if she doesn't care, because when she was talking about a concerted effort, yes, thank you. When she was talking about the situation with Drew, the way no, I don't care about Drew, girl. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. But you just not about to film with my baby daddy. Why does it matter? Because it's gonna hurt my family. How? How? Because it hurts me. Why? Why does it hurt you? Like, you're never going to want to admit the real reason behind why you're doing things. And I think you need to ask yourself that question if there's going to be any inner growth. But I don't think she cares about that. As long as Portia can have a good show, get what she wants out of the situation, that's all that matters. What I do feel like is she knows she needs this show. So now there's going to be a concerted effort to make sure that as much as we're shading each other on the show, I'm still thinking about what's best for the show. Okay. So that's the personality of Portia that y'all are going to get now. That's why she can have beef with these women on the show, but then do these interviews and be like, oh, all the ladies are good for the show, and we need Kenya back, and Phaedra is great too, and we all need to be uplifting each other. It's because she needs her job. That's why. She needs her job now. And listen, do what you got to do, love, but I'm just not doing this victim shit with Portia. I'm not doing this bandwagon dick riding bullshit y'all doing with Portia. This whole she's fine and beautiful, so I'm gonna ignore how she's inconsistent and cheeky as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, you cheeky bitch. Like, you want to shit on people and then ask for them to give you the sun, moon, and the stars. It's weird. Talking about, I don't know why I can't get loyalty from people. Girl, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you know why you can't get loyalty from nobody? Because you're not loyal. What the fuck? Like, you're a weirdo. You're literally mad at Dennis for filming a scene or two when you made Dennis come. And I bet you like bitched the fit about him filming that little reality show, because the shit wouldn't have worked if he did not come and film, and he was not the antagonist to your protagonist on the show and all of that, because Simon was not stepping up and being very vocal at all on that show. He was really playing the background. She needed Dennis on that reality show. So I really do think that Dennis bit the bullet, and that's why I say, like, being a player. I think as a man, like, I know this is good for our family. It's good for my business. It's good for hers. So I'm going to come on this show and let you almost fight my mama. I'm going to let you act like I'm the bad guy. I'm going to let you do all that. I'm going to let you front this nigga that look like he could be my fucking daddy in my face, and I'm gonna be cool because I know you ain't shit, and I gotta make sure that I'm in my daughter's life so she can have some level of normalcy dealing with your ass. That's what I imagine goes through Dennis's head when it comes to these situations, y'all. Okay. Oh yeah, she definitely always needed her job, child. But right now it's very present now that she can't live in uh Dennis daddy's la la land of I have money, but I really don't. Okay. This is about to be a mess, y'all. This whole show is about to be a mess, but I feel like it's gonna be good. I think we have some good bones going on here. I'm really not sure like what Cynthia's place is exactly. I'm glad that she's there because I always want my girl to get her check when she need it. But it's just kind of like, her being there sometimes is like, when your friend come in town and she only gonna be here for a weekend or two and then she gonna go home. That's how I feel about Cynthia during the show. So there is something like there's a connection that needs to happen. I also feel like it's because they're trying to act as if Kenya wasn't fully a part of the season. So Kenya and Cynthia would have been the connect to all of this. But it's like they're pushing Kenya in the background. And I think they were already doing that as a way to phase in these newer girls. But I don't really like it right now. Like I really would like to see more of Kenya because there needs to be some balancing out a little bit. And I think Kenya provides a certain level of balance. Um, but yeah, that's all I got to say about it, bitch. Let me see what they was talking about on the blogs because everybody was on the blogs. Everybody was on the blogs acting a fool, fucking shit, feeling away. Okay, so first of all, bitch, why is it like this? Why is it like this? Let me share my screen, y'all. Angela, girl, why they like this, y'all? Somebody tweeted, wait, hold up. Angela Oki said, so y'all want me to stand there and take it? Somebody tag Heather DeBrow. It's let's make sure your husband sees this. And oh yeah, because he's the plastic surgeon. Not Terry's work. Maybe he can fix it. So I guess she posted it because she was trying to make Shamia's nose look like hers. Girl, I don't know what's going on. Not this is Terry's work. You should have went for an ethnic rhinoplasty, sister. Like I'm telling y'all can say what y'all want to, but not Terry's work. Maybe he can fix it. Somebody need to fix it, Jesus. I'm glad you know it's not right. I really wish y'all would leave y'all damn noses alone sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like leave your nose alone, bitch. God damn.